Hello, my name is Joanna, and just to say, this is my first YouTube video, and I hope you guys enjoy my brain tumor story. October 2016, I started having seizures. I had my first seizure, and we didn't really knew what was the cause of it, so we ended up going to the doctors, and they ended up telling me that it was because my tumor grew from, this was the first time I ever grew, so it had grown, so basically it was starting to cause me seizures. After that, they had prepared me for surgery. So when they started talking about preparing me for surgery, they just told me it was going to be a simple procedure. It was going to be easy. They had two options. It was between try to remove the tumor through my nose, or to cut open I don't know what is the best way to say it, but basically just shave my head, open my head up, and take away the tumor, I guess. So I had said I wanted to go through a procedure through my nose. One quick thing, before that, my tumor was giving me like crazy hormones. So basically, before anything else, I was having hormones. Like I would constantly sometimes miss my periods, or sometimes my periods would be for like a little bit longer than what usual. So I had crazy hormones. I had pregnancy hormones. It was January 2017. I had my first appointment to get me ready for surgery, and we ended up finding out that I was pregnant. So after that, they were telling me, like, as soon as the doctor came in, I seen that she was disappointed, and she told me, she basically told me, like, you have to have an abortion done. Your pregnancy is not gonna end well. You're not gonna have an easy pregnancy if you do. They just told me just like abortion. I never really thought of an abortion. I just said, you know, I just said only God should decide that. So I ended up keeping my pregnancy going, and at 4 months, my pregnancy ended. They had told me my baby wasn't growing well. Basically, at 4 months, my baby was already fully developed. That's what my body was saying or showing, but in reality, my baby wasn't even forming right. It hurts so much because I never really talked to anyone about my problems or what I'm actually going through. I never felt like nobody should feel sorry for me. And I always just played it strong. And I just never really wanted to seem like, I was weak, or that I just never really wanted anyone to feel sorry for me. After the whole pregnancy thing, I just didn't really care about the tumor anymore. I didn't care about any other complications after that. I was just, you know, I was just really over the whole fact that I had a brain tumor. But after that, I ended up losing my right eye vision. I started having more constant seizures. I started feeling more weak. I couldn't really do much anymore. They ended up they ended up doing another MRI. And they ended up finding out my tumor had grown a little bit bigger. My tumor had grown a little bit bigger, and they told me that I was at the point that my tumor could really just basically like burst at any moment. I could start having fluid in my brain and basically die. So at that time I was afraid. They ended up telling me that there was an 80% chance that they could do surgery, but after that so just to clear it up, I know that Down syndrome, you're normally born with it, but because they're gonna go into my brain, basically my tumor has affected many parts of my brain that basically I could stay with Down syndrome. So there was 80% chance that I could stay with Down syndrome. There's 80% chance when I'm out of surgery I won't be able to walk, talk, move. So at that point I was just like, no. I was just like, it's not gonna happen, because I just thought of my parents. At that point I thought about my parents, and I just said, that's selfish if I were to get surgery, because I do not want them to take care of me any longer. And you know, my parents are getting a little bit older, and that's one thing they shouldn't really be worrying about me. But my parents have been the best. They've been through it all with me, and yet they want me to get surgery, and they just say that they're gonna be part of it, and that we're gonna get through it, and they tell me that if anything were to happen, they're still gonna be there for me. So I was just saying, no, I'm not gonna get surgery. And I was like that for about, it's been like 3 months or so, and I've just been getting worse and worse. So I seen that my parents started having frustrated with me. They started stressing more about me. They started just being more concerned, and I seen that they, you know, they're not at the age that they should be stressing or worrying about me. I've decided I'm having surgery. I'm gonna go through surgery. I ended up finding out my tumor was cancerous. Then my tumor was cancerous, and they just were afraid of me. For me, not of me. They were afraid for me. So they told me, like, Jana, you have to do the surgery as soon as possible. And they just, after that, they just told me there's many possibilities that you basically just won't come out being the same as when you went in. And after that, I just thought, it's okay. They ended up giving me papers to sign, and they ended up telling me if I were to at the end not be able to take care of myself, if I were to go back home with my parents and provide them with everything they needed to be taking care of me, or it would be that I go to basically like a nursing home where they would take care of me, and I could have visitations, and I could basically just, my parents could be going over there to go visit me and whatnot. And that's one of the options I took. I'm sorry if I feel like, I don't know, I'm sorry, like, I just feel like there's no right decision anymore. Like, I know it hurts my parents knowing that I am gonna go to a nursing home, but in my thoughts, I'm just trying to help out my parents, and I don't know. But this is my first video. my family is the most important thing I feel like I have in life. So, and people think I'm selfish. People think I'm selfish of the decisions I take, but nobody really knows that at the end of the day, I'm the one who feels lonely. Like I said, this is my first time ever speaking aloud about my thoughts, speaking out about my story, and it hurts more than to, like, at night to think about it by myself. It hurts more to say it out loud. And really, honestly, I just want to say that I'm scared. I'm really scared, and no matter what really happens, I'll be fine with anything. I don't know. I really don't know. I really didn't expect this video to be the way it turned out to be. But I will get through this. I know I would. I know I will get through it. And a quote I really love was, "You're only as weak as you think you are. You're only as strong as you choose." Saying I'm going into surgery and I know I'm gonna kick ass. And I just really hope everything turns out well, and I really just hope, if God does not want it for it to come out 100% right, that I'm just at least able to see and to eat on my own, because I love to eat. But I feel like the best thing a human has is their eyes. Why? Because they get to see life. They get to see life. And me, I love to see everything. I love to explore. I love to see nature. I love nature. And that's why sometimes I even ask, like, God, like, why? Why me? And that's a question that's probably forever I'm always gonna ask, and I'm probably never gonna get the answer for it. But I do thank God that I am still alive. I do thank God for the family I have. I thank God. I think even what happened between me and my daughter. Oh, I found out it was a girl. And even that, thank you. I had probably the best 4 months with her, and sometimes it just hurts. It hurts, and I feel like nobody will ever understand me. What I'm going through, I don't feel like nobody will ever know how I feel. Nobody will ever know anything until you go through it. But I feel like I am strong. I feel like I will get through this, and I am ready. And I just ask God to give me another opportunity, and let me just go on, because I have a lot to offer. I have a lot to offer, and there's a lot I still want to learn and live. And I just want to see people grow. I want to grow myself. I really want to see what life is about. Thank you for watching.